It's the top 5 dumbest decisions made in movies. At number 5, I have this moment from the original Scream movie where a character tries to escape through a pet door. Like, don't get me wrong, horror movies are full of bad decisions, but this one gets me. What makes this one so dumb is that she actually had the upper hand against Ghostface. When Ghostface was knocked over onto the floor, she literally could have done anything, but nope, she decides to escape through the garage pet door. And of course she gets stuck, so Ghostface presses one button for the garage door to go up, and so does she. Just very avoidable and one of the dumbest ways to go out. And number 4, I have the mayor's decision to keep the beaches open in Jaws.
Beautiful day. The beaches are open.
After the remains of a dead body are found on shore and ginormous teeth marks on boats, you would think the mayor would close up the beaches, especially when there's pressure from locals. But nope, the beach remains open because the mayor is more worried about tourist dollars than public safety. This results in more shark attacks throughout the film, all of which could have been avoided if you literally just listened to anybody with common sense. Now, at number 3, I have this moment from Hereditary where Peter is driving under the influence with his little sister in the back. But what brings us to this moment? Well, Peter actually goes to a party and takes his younger sister, who, mind you, has severe food allergies. So instead of keeping an eye on her like any smart person will do, he ditches her to get high with his friends. And then predictably, she eats the wrong thing and has a severe reaction. And instead of calling the ambulance, he decides to drive her to the hospital while being heavily under the influence. And this little girl cannot breathe in the back seat, so she sticks her whole head out the window. And I'm gonna just leave it there, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, bringing us to number 2, I have Jack choosing not to lie on the door in Titanic. This is arguably the most debated moment in movie history. So Rosie is lying on a floating door after the Titanic has just sunk, and Jack, instead of maybe hopping onto the door and lying next to her, he just lets himself freeze to death. And there's clearly enough room for both of them. They could have taken turns, balanced it out, literally done anything. But no, like Jack, we get it. You like the girl, you're trying to be nice, but maybe just hop on the door first and then be dramatic later. Anyways, bringing us to number 1, we have when Star-Lord starts punching Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. This is one of the most frustrating scenes I've ever laid my eyes on. Now, Iron Man and Spider-Man are this close to getting the Infinity Gauntlet off Thanos, but Star-Lord decides to lose his temper and go crazy on Thanos at the worst time. And it just annoys you even more when you realize that this is the whole reason why half the universe disappeared and the snap happened in the first place. So yes, this is definitely the dumbest decision made by a character in a movie. Let me know if you think I missed any.